G'day everybody. I want to talk about inflation and my opinion on what I've studied on why it happens. And here it goes. We get inflation all the time. Looking at history. Because they treat us like the stock market, you see. What do you mean by that, Tim? Well, what they do is it's rich people seeing how much can we get out of you before you start complaining. How much can we starve you? How much can we get out of you before you start complaining? And then when you do, well then we'll start putting it down because we know the limit and how long we can push for. You see, that's what you do when you want to strive for how much money can we get out of you. You see, and so inflation will go blip 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 blip, right? And if that wasn't true and they were there for you and not just the money, that's the government and the companies, right? Because they work together and they're meant to work together and the government's meant to keep the companies in line. So whatever's going on there, they're happening because of those two, right? And so what they do is they start dropping things again, right? And going, oh, we'll make it all better. And then when everyone's all good again, another generation of people will see we can try it again. And we'll start putting up prices. And they do this with technology. So to do it, I nearly got off sidetrack for a second. You need to get technology, right? Because technology and medication too, you can control that sector, is things that people desperately want and will play and do a lot for, you see, when it comes to technology. Because, and if you can starve them as well, so, right, after you want them to have technology, they fall into your hands, you see. Because if they don't starve, they might just change their mind, right? But you want to show them that technology is what's going to fix the problem. And so if you want to do that, you need to starve people. You need to show the points of your way of how you're going to do that. So you play good cop, bad cop. Right? So some of their people will be in the bad cop, fucking everything over. And then some will come in and go, now we're the good cop to fix it. So good cop, bad cop. Good cop, bad cop of the government system and of the business sector of we want your money. Huh? And to keep that up and down, they control certain areas, make certain things happen. Like when we heard the story of Bill Gates buying farms and burning them. Why? If anyone ever does that, when people are already hungry, you go, why? There's a plan they want, you see. And us, the people, if you don't get together, this is always going to happen. And it mostly happens when you see that, definitely the inflation. It's because of food. They'll say, oh, we don't have enough for everybody. Well, if we can all get fed, then food should be fine. And if food's going up, that's because we all want technology then, you see. So stop making us want technology so much so things can be better for us then. There's lots of ways of doing it, in fact. But when you stick to control, greed, and domination, you will get what we've seen in our recorded history. So when it goes back up, the key is to remember. They always go, oh, they'll forget. We'll get them again. That's how they do it. Have you ever heard that saying? Oh, it's okay. People will forget and move on. They want that. But people should forget and move on with shitty stuff. Things that aren't good, that should be true. But forget and move on important stuff is not a good thing. That's why we have Anzac Day. At least we forget. Lest we forget a lot of things. But anyway, popping out hot air, unless you're the right person to pop out hot air, it doesn't get anywhere. So bye bye.